Hello to everybody, and today we will talk about Toronto Stock Exchange. It is in the top 9 of the world's stock exchanges in terms of the total capitalization of company listed on the stock exchange. It is often called the quietest of the world's largest wealthy stock exchanges, where computer glitches, hacker attacks, insider scandals, or high-profile investigative journalism and exposure of the largest hedge funds and banks are rare. A significant difference between Toronto Stock Exchange and the NYSE and Nasdaq is the significantly lower share of stock speculators in relation to institutional investors, which lead to less volatility in the stock and stock market indexes with a more logical bull market. The Toronto Stock Exchange is considered one of the most conservative and ultra-reliable in the world. The Canadian banking system is reliable, the political and business atmosphere in the country is calm, and this is transmitted to exchange floors. Investors love it for its simplicity, reliability, and predictability. And why its abbreviation TSX take place, if the full name is Toronto Stock Exchange? The fact is that the abbreviation TSE was taken over by the Tokyo Stock Exchange. To avoid confusion, they decided to replace the first letter in exchange with the second. And you can see historical picture, and nobody believed trading on floor of Toronto Stock Exchange shown behind TC chairman. But it did. Value of turnover on the Canadian exchanges slumped about 11% last year to 5.8 billion, lowest since 1970s. Listing condition on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Listing is a procedure for adding a company shares to the official list of financial instruments that are quoted in the exchange. So, to be listed on TSX, you must complete a detailed application form by sending it to appropriate email address that you can see on the screen. The company also must indicate the sector of listing: industry, mining, oil or gas industry, technology. Minimum financial indicators for industry: assets from 2 million with a business plan to increase them to 7.5 million, or profit $200,000 for the financial year with a business plan for receiving at least an amount in the next financial year, and proceeds, financial receipts in the amount of at least $500,000 per year. Also, opening a legal entry and headquarters in Canada, registration with the Canadian financial regulator, publication of quarterly and annual financial statement according to established form on the company's website with the transfer of materials to exchange. And also, as on 1st of March 2019, 3,230 companies with a capitalization of $2.235 trillion entered the listing of Toronto Stock Exchange. Of these, 1,523 are directly traded on TSX and 1,707 on TSXV Venture Capital. And also, what financial instruments are traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange? Shares of 3,230 companies, as I told, but it was for March 2019. Also, bonds, stock indexes, exchange-traded funds, ETP of commodity futures, bills, derivatives, etc. Also, largest company listed on Toronto Stock Exchange. The most famous companies listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange are Bank of Montreal, Canadian National Railroad Company, Royal Bank of Canada, the largest Canadian bank with a net worth of 63.944 billion Canadian dollars. Bank of Nova Scotia, the third largest bank in Canada in terms of deposits and equity capital of $49.85 billion. Metro supermarket chain, BlackBerry Limited, telecommunication company, manufacturer of smartphones of the same name. Magna International, one of the largest manufacturers of auto parts for the assembly of Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, General Motors, Porsche, Toyota, Ford, Honda, Mitsubishi, Hyundai, headquartered in Aurora, Canada. Canadian Imperial Commercial Bank, Agnico Eagle Miners Limited, and Bombardier Incorporation, the third largest aircraft manufacturer in the world after Boeing, Airbus, and Embraer, as well as trains and trams. Stock index is an arithmetic mean of the piece of shares of those corporations that are included by the exchange in the specified index. There are 3 indexes listed in Toronto that scan different groups of Canadian stocks. S&P or TXT 60, the most popular stock index. Also S&P TXE Composite, calculated for about 300 of the largest companies. The number may vary, of course, listed on the exchange. And conditions to be in it is that the volume of trades and the number of transactions must be 0.025% to 15% of the trading volume of the entire exchange, and weight average price of the share from $1. And TSX complexion includes companies that are not included in the main TXC Composite Index. Major stock indexes of the Toronto Stock Exchange. The main index of the Toronto Stock Exchange includes shares of 60, the largest company in terms of the market capitalization in various business areas. Whose shares are traded on this exchange. It includes shares of 6 banks, 6 insurance companies and financial groups, 4 insurance companies and financial groups, 4 energy corporations, 8 mining and oil and gas companies, 8 gold mining companies, 5 corporation of television, radio, and media, 4 corporation for consumer goods, 3 engineering and transport companies, and 2 trading corporation, Metro Incorporation and Canadian Tire Corporation, 1 chemical corporation, also 1 utility corporation, 1 pharmaceutical company, and 1 Burger King chain of Canada. S&P completion includes companies that are not included in the main S&P TXT Composite Index.